Hey, welcome, Marcia. I am thrilled that you're here today. I love chocolate, especially dark chocolate, and I'm excited to introduce you as a chocolatier to our audience. Can you share a little bit with the community exactly what you do?
Hi, my name is Marcia Cumming. I'm in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and my grandmother started making chocolate in the 70s. It was just a hobby that she did. She attended a class with some girlfriends, and we made it as gifts at Christmas and Easter. And then after a number of years, I kept saying to my husband, I really wanted to try this as a business. And after lots of back and forth, he finally agreed that we would try just to see how it went. It was really part-time. It was just on the weekends. And actually within a year, we went from 3 days a week to 5 days a week. I was able to leave my full-time job and dedicate myself into the chocolate shop within about 2 years of
Oh my goodness.
opening.
You're like Willy Wonka over here. I love your story. I think it's really cool. I am someone who had a dad in a family business, so I have so much appreciation for anyone who is running a family business, and you let us know that you really didn't know much about Instagram before you
No,
starting
I
to work with us, right?
right.
And I would love for you to share a little bit about that and
Sure,
what you've
sure.
really been able to accomplish and stay super intentional about when it comes to your Instagram strategy.
Sure. So my original Instagram account was created by my kids. I have a grown adult children, and they created the account. And honestly, for probably 2, maybe even 3 years of having the account, I never posted anything in it because I didn't know what Instagram was, didn't know how to use it. And I think I'm tech savvy. I've always loved technology. I've always loved that, but to me, it was very overwhelming. So I knew that I needed to learn. I knew I needed to learn Instagram.
Yeah, that was then. And what is now? Can you share
So
the now?
absolutely, absolutely. So even back then, when we were growing with the first account, I probably had maybe anywhere between 1 to 200 clients or followers at the very most. Originally, when I thought I was going to learn how to Instagram, I figured I'd try to kind of piecemeal it, try to teach myself. But I very quickly realized I couldn't do that. I found you guys. I enrolled. I invested in the program, and I have over 1,200 followers right now. I'm very comfortable with Instagram. I feel very confident with using it. You talk about hook, you talk about content, you talk about calls to action, you talk about all of that in the program. Again, that would have been all foreign to me a number of years ago. And now I know how to quickly create a functional and effective post. That's the key right there.
Yes, absolutely. And also, I remember reading that you now batch produce your content.
Yes.
So when you say batching, are you in a mindset of creating multiple posts
Yes.
when you say today I'm going to do Instagram, and what does that look like?
So it's actually I enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy it now because I can look at, all right, today maybe we're making salted caramels. So everything from we'll grab some real quick footage of, and everything from videos and still photos from start to finish, and I even have like inventory of photos and reels from other batches that we've made, and then I can look and see, and I can schedule. I know when the holidays are coming up, I know how to take different clips and turn them into, this is a product post, this is a gift giving post, this is a did you know post, and I can just do different things without it. And then the beauty of it is once you get some inventory of product, and when I say inventory, I'm talking your photos, your videos, you get your content. It's just so nice to be able to sit down and map it out for a month or even a season. And that's actually what we're doing. We closed for the summer, so we're a little different than some other chocolate shops. We shut down. The summer isn't a big chocolate producing season, and it's just more effective for us to close. But people think that I'm off, and I'm really not. We'll sit down with the girls in the chocolate shop, and we'll go through and we'll look at our photos, we'll look at our videos, and we'll say these are great ones, these are timeless, we can use these over and over again.
Yeah.
Or we'll look at some of them, we'll say, okay, this is a dated, so I can't use these images at Christmas time. So when we reopen, we have a list of what we need to create because it's slower for us. We're not as busy, so we can actually go through and make sure we've got photos. And for example, if I'm taking the salted caramels, let's just take that example.
Yeah.
I can actually go into and make photos for Christmas. I can make photos for Easter. I can make photos for fall. I can make some photos with one setting, and now I've got an entire year's worth of content that I can just
Wow.
sit down then and schedule and get ready to post. It's
Yeah.
liberating. It's
So a couple
liberating.
things I want to unpack that you just said. So one is that you have this seasonal business where you have this beautiful work-life balance. You know that, and you also know that the content that you're creating, because it's seasonal and you have these cycles around holidays and events, that literally they're buying the same product from you, the same
Right.
chocolates. You can just put a different hook on it or a different call to action on it, depending on what that holiday is that you're
Yes.
promoting, right?
Correct.
I love that. It's just working smarter, not harder. This whole theme of working
Absolutely.
smarter, not harder. And it sounds like, from what I read, that you're getting so many more views on the reels because you're optimizing everything that you're doing. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Absolutely. So I went back and talked to how we first started. I had, a few hundred. I now have 1,200 followers. And yes, I do. I love when I love when I get on a reel and I look and I see that I have a lot more non-followers than followers. So I know that's a group that I need to learn to get to follow me. But one thing that's really been ingrained into my head is that I don't need numbers. It's not all about having, 100,000 followers. It's real people. It's real connections. It's value driven versus it's quality versus quantity.
Yes.
And that also has been because now you're not on the hunt for a viral video. Those are they're few and they're hard to follow up with. And I'm not chasing that anymore. I'm just chasing quality content. I'm chasing quality viewers that will then turn around and become customers. And a lot of our customers are actually friends. We know their families. So it's those connections that I absolutely love. I
Yeah.
love.
I mean, I always say this, that when you attract the right audience, hello, we are, your
Yeah.
clients become your friends and you just want to hang out
Yes,
with them,
exactly.
right?
It's true.
So
Absolutely.
if you were to share what's been one of the favorite tips that you've learned from the SBZ team that others tuning into this could benefit from, what would you say?
Absolutely. So again, same thing. Starting out, you're all about making these amazing videos, and so you think you have to use all these outside apps, and you have to add all this other stuff to it, and you don't. I think that was another thing that was just absolutely, again, just refreshing to me to know that I could do everything I needed to do. I could do effective videos. I could do great videos. I can do great graphics all in the app. And if you watch different things on Instagram, they show all these crazy filters and stickers and all. You don't need all that. That can be very overwhelming. You can go down a rabbit hole, but simple is best. You just do a genuine video. You do genuine posts, some very simple and consistent for branding. We talk all about branding because that's key too. But it can be just it's when I say it's easy, it's easy. It's easy to do once you understand the foundations behind it.
Oh, I just love hearing all that.
So,
Yeah.
but it's all true. It's all true.
Yeah, and you're like me. Like I know that everything can be done right in the Instagram app. So
Yes.
if you really understand all the features and the ways to edit and the ways to be consistent with your covers, with your text that you're using, with your look, your feel, your energy, like clearly gold, red, and white are popping for you. And I know it's
Yes.
part of your packaging. And you've just nailed the placement of your title so everyone knows exactly what your content is going to be about. It's just so amazing.
Yes.
Now, one final question for you. Are
Yes.
you ready?
Yes. Good.
Okay. So if one of your friends or someone was asking you in the DM, like, oh my goodness, I see that your Instagram is popping. You look like you really know what you're doing. Like, what have you been doing? And you were to share that you have been working with us and that person's like on the fence. Should I or shouldn't I? What would you say to them to help them kind of take a leap forward and work with us and do the work?
So, well, before I answer that question, I do want you had mentioned that I do want to add this. I've had multiple customers over the last season. We call seasons like our September to May. I've had multiple customers come in and have asked me, who's doing your social media because it's amazing. And I laugh and I say, it's us. We're doing it. They're like, keep up the great work. We love it. So one, when you have a customer that recognizes it and comes in and comments on it, then you know it's making an impact somewhere. So what would I tell somebody who's on the fence? I would tell them to do it. It is an investment. So if you're going to do it, if you're going to make the investment though, you have to, it's not even just an investment of money, it's an investment of time and commitment. You have to carve out the time to follow the program. The way it's laid out is so intelligent and it progresses in such a way that if you just follow the roadmaps, just do what they say, step 1, step 2, step 3, it all comes together. You open up the program, you get started and you're overwhelmed. There's just so much information, but you just have to focus on the first task and just work through it because it works. And it really, looking back, actually, I don't know if Kate told you, but one of the things I started a couple months ago is I went back to the beginning and started it all over again
Wow.
because it's just a different look now because I understand what's coming and I'm putting pieces together now that maybe I missed the first go around,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you have to be committed, and if you're committed to it, you will be successful at it. You will be very successful at it.
100%. And I love that you mentioned Kate.
So
Kate is our lead coach, and she helps every client stay on
yes,
track on their roadmap and not go off track. And I like that you're just going back because yeah, there's always more to learn. And
yes,
the way that you process something the first time, sometimes the second and third time, it really just settles in. And especially when you've been doing the work and creating the content, you might have missed a little nuance, just
right,
something as simple as where do I place that reel cover
right.
consistently. So I love that you've been such a dedicated, devoted student. You're a kick-ass entrepreneur
Oh,
who's
thank
like
you.
really, doing the work and creating a business where you can say, we take summers off. Like that to me is like you are really efficiently and effectively utilizing social media, utilizing Instagram marketing the way it should be used. And I love that you're auditing all your content and getting ready for next season,
Absolutely.
which is great.
So.
Is there anything you want to share with your parting words to the
So
audience?
absolutely. I also want to just mention office hours. I didn't understand them or value them when we first started because again, there was so much information and I was just trying to go through the coursework. But if you're going to do it, you need to really truly invest too in the office hours. That's when you bring a small group of individuals in the program together and everybody's at a different level. And it doesn't matter if you've been doing it for a year or two or if you just signed up last week. We always learn from each other. You're working one-on-one with different members of the team with your individual issues or where you're at. And that is just really, it brings it all together and it's real people helping you. And that's what's, I think, also key to the program. I absolutely
Yeah.
love the whole team.
Ah, thanks. I'm
So
glad that you have really engaged in all the opportunities that our coaching program offers.
it's mind blowing to think where I was then and where I am now. So
When I remember looking at where Marcia was because she wasn't doing it, she had her kids do it. Like most people, like, I'm just going to have my college
mhm,
or high school kid do this and pay them $5 an hour or just have them do it as a job. They don't go to business school. They don't know how to use Instagram strategically for business. They know how to use it maybe to be on it. But
right.
when you learn how to strategically use it to create content that your audience is interested in so that they actually say, I want that chocolate, then you know that you're doing it right. And so you took this under your belt and you said, I'm going to master this because now you know all this for the rest of your life and you can continue to be armed with having a great marketing strategy, which is really what everyone wants at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So thank you so much for being
You're
here.
welcome.
Thanks so much for
Welcome.
being a member of our community. We adore you. We
Absolutely.
love your chocolates, and I hope everyone else gets the chance to taste them.